Hi, everybody. Hopefully, you'll find me here. So sorry for those of you who have already me pleased on the other stream. For some reason, I'm having some difficulties today. So, hi, I'm Leanne Holitza. I am your oracle reader today at the Healing Studio in Broomfield, Colorado. If you find me here, you're going to type me please in the comments and I will give you a card. I'll try to pull over the me pleases that already went to the other stream. While we wait and see if people can figure it out, I'm going to show you, we're going to use the enchanted map today. That's this deck and the yantra deck. Okay. So the enchanted map will be for your me pleases. So when you type me please in the comments, again, I apologize, technical difficulties today, you guys. So hopefully you can find me over here. Let's see. I'm using Skull Slate today that I borrowed from the crystal shop. This is really good for kind of bringing emotional peace and calmness, especially in the evenings. And then I'm also using Mary Magdalene Divine Feminine for us today, which is kind of almost like a here, come sit with me if we know things have been rough kind of energy. Um, I do still have a little bit of space in the group, the guide group that's coming up, where we do the reading with the guides. And then we also have the sound baths. We have a fusion sound bath coming up, so that's where I will do readings while you get a sound bath. So if you're local, you might check that out. Anyway, there's lots of hybrid options too if you're not watching. So just give me those me pleases, and I will get you cards. But let me go ahead and start us off. All right, so the week is starting off, no kidding, feeling a little chaotic, feeling like we need to surrender to what's happening because it's happening, whether we like it or not. Okay, these are basically the same symbols, you guys. Okay, so this is your helper. Check your emotions. Don't react from your emotional space. React from that space that gives you a little bit of a moment to take a deep breath and think through what you want to do next. There's a lot of big emotions that can be happening right now, and this month is going to have a lot of opportunities to work some things out that maybe feel a little crunchy. So be kind and graceful to yourselves this month. Okay. Truth is, by the end of the week, we're going to be choosing freedom. We're going to recognize what the truth truly is, and we're going to start working towards that truth and seeing how we can get ourselves nice and centered on what we want to actually have happen next. Okay. All right, let's do the map. So this is going to be your first card of the reading. If you're watching later, thank you for watching later. If you're watching live, this is your first card. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Now just feel in, just see what you feel. Okay, so if you picked 1, you're going to go with the movement. Okay, so movement is, basically you can see there's lots to be getting done. So focus on moving, focus on getting yourself going, even physical movement, that kind of thing this week. Okay, if you picked 2, in the protective, we've got cleaning house, so upside down. And that could be metaphorical, or it could be actually truthfully, like if you think of the emotions and the energies that we're working with right now, it might be time to actually clean house, actually clean things up a little bit, get a little bit more clear. And then if you picked 3, you're going to be working with the moonlight energy. Okay. Now, this is basically saying, like, kind of the divine feminine energy, the idea that we are part of something bigger. Like you can look out and see that we're part of something bigger in the night sky. When it's daytime, it's harder to see that we're part of something bigger. This is focusing on the moonlight energy of we are part of something bigger if you got 3. All right. A little discombobulated because of the difficulties of the YouTube, but that's okay. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do who's hitting me please live, because that means I know you're watching, and I'll get your cards first, and then I'm going to go over to the other stream's comments. So if you want to me please me, if for a card for yourself, I'm going to start with Mountain River Therapeutics and Tommy. Okay, open deep freeze. Okay. but it's upside down in the protective. So basically it's put some things on pause. It's protective to put some things on pause, and to recognize what has already put you on pause, and that maybe it's a little bit of a downtime for a reason. Okay. This week for you, Tommy, Wizard of Awareness. Okay. So you're going to be paying attention and using your awareness to be able to say, I'm going to keep watching and have the fact that I'm paying attention and really seeing what's there, give me some insight into the next steps. Okay. All right. Yes. And let's see, we've got Cynthia. I got your me, please. Oh, you got Moonlight. So if you picked 3 at the beginning, you're getting it again. You guys, if we start seeing cards over and over, they are for all of us. But this card is basically saying to you that it is time to really get wise about what you truly want from the divine collective, from the bigger picture when we start working more collectively together. Okay. All right, Diane. Your card is cleaning house right side up. Okay, so we just saw this, but basically it's just a time to really start to notice where you could get some things moving, just by tidying up your space, just by focusing on having a space that feels good to you, feels sacred to you, and holds you in. Okay. All right, I'm going to pop over to the comments of the where it originally was scheduled, because there's a bunch of people over there. At least there was who put their comments in. So Stephanie R., I see that you are at the top there. And again, you guys, feel free if you're watching live, I'll get you a card. Just type me, please. Okay, Stephanie R., you're working with commitments right now. Okay, so really acknowledging your what did you commit to? Why did you commit to it? How can you recommit to it this week? Okay. Janelle and Donnie and Janice. You found me over here in the land of video lost lives. Okay, Janelle. Into the unknown you go. Okay, she's going blindfolded, dressed for the party, ready for things to be happening. So just let yourself be curious, not scared, and not try to predict. Okay. All right, Donnie. Oh, hi everybody. You're finding me. Yay! Sorry about the mix-up. Okay, Donnie, you're on a deep freeze, right side up. Okay, so things are on pause for a minute. It's time to really just kind of take a minute, take that animus, that action energy, and slow it down, pause it this week, and see what else you can get out of this energy, by just stopping. Let the energy kind of catch up with you. Okay. Janice. Hi, everybody. Thank you for finding me over here. Sorry for the mix up. Magical map shifter upside down. Okay, so Janice, in the protective, you are your magical map shifter. You are the one who is blindly building your life. And what are your beliefs about that, by the way? Well, I'm starting a belief club, coaching club next week. And it's this week coming up. It's Wednesday. Anyway, this is really a good time to see where your beliefs are creating your life and pay attention and see if there's maybe you want to do it differently. Okay. All right. National Geographic. Your card is the Dragon's Lair. Okay, so the Dragon's Lair is basically saying there's something worth protecting. There's something worth hoarding. There's something worth, just really going deep inside and knowing that whatever it is that's you value, it's worth keeping. Just keep yourself very grounded in that it's mystical, magical time right now, especially this whole month, really. Okay, Heidi, you got Dragon's Lair upside down. Okay, so must really wants us to kind of acknowledge that there's something to protect. There's something to be watching out for, the values and priorities of yourself. Okay, so making sure that your emotional energy doesn't give way to a collapse and instead protects the sacredness that you've got going on. Okay, all right, Carrie, King of GT, I see you and you found me. Thank you. Yay. All right. You've got rescue upside down. So this is really about rescuing yourself and doing it in a nice protective way, and focusing this week on where are the vehicles of rescue coming from, and how can you be better at noticing them and taking advantage of them. Okay. All right. If you are hanging out and you just found me, you can type me please in the comments and I will get you a card. I'm going to go back to the old list for a second here. Kimberly Savage. You're working with this energy of, this came in the protective, okay? So you're working with the energy of storm fields, but in the protective. So it's kind of just like navigate the storm the best that you can. Give yourself the awareness and the willingness to, put yourself in a witness mode and not necessarily in the actual danger of the storm itself, okay? All right, if you're hanging out, type me, please. I am going to keep going and see if we get the third time's a charm. Blossoming Lotus and Shannon. Blossoming Lotus, focus on ghost lands this week, okay? So really giving yourself an opportunity to notice what's left behind, what needs to officially be shut down, what's maybe taking up the tabs or the memories in your space, and just kind of go pay attention to that for a minute. Where are your ghost towns and what do you want to do with them? Shannon, you're working on metamorphosis upside down. So what this is telling me from your guides is like, don't try so hard this week to change anything. Don't try so hard this week to make things happen. It's kind of like the gestation period. So give yourself a minute to metamorphose. All right, burnout proof. You are working with flying upside down. Okay. So this is basically saying that, you're navigating the maze, but it's time to just fly over the maze now. It'll protect you if you get up and out of that, the ways of thinking this, that, this, that, this, that, instead just getting really big and nice and flying. Crystal, you found me. Oh, goodness, you guys. All right, Crystal, you're working with strength, and her lovely one-footed, one arm holding the whole world up. That may not necessarily feel like exactly what you want to hear, but you're gonna benefit from really leaning into your own balance, into your own unique strengths of things, and not trying so hard. Okay, seriously wonderful, Courtney. You're working with the bone collector. This is about being teachable, about also using your own wisdom to get yourself through. But really know that you don't have to know everything. It actually is always a learning game in the game of life, right? So give yourself the opportunity to really see that. All right. Heidi made it over. Diane made it over. Elizabeth on the other side of things. If you're watching later, Elizabeth, you've got movement. Okay, so this is, if you pick this at the beginning, this is you again being told to get moving. Notice that you are always moving. You couldn't help it if you wanted to. The planet is always moving you. Okay, so physical movement and also just kind of mental movement too. Kara, for you to focus this week, heal the ouch. Okay, so whatever hurt you, give it some time to heal and work on it right now. It's time to focus on it, not just keep poking the wound. Kai, you're going to want to work on listening this week. Okay, so getting yourself ears on and really being a good listener wherever you can. Tatiana, you're going to be working with the protecting the treasure. Okay, so this is making sure that you remember what's valuable to you and you give yourself an opportunity to really pay attention to that. Okay, I'm going to keep going on the old list where I got lost in the streaming world. But if you're watching live now and you want a card, just type me please and I will get it for you. Okay, back on the other list was the Jenny Boss and Miranda. Jenny, come together upside down. Okay, so this is maybe where, and this is up, you guys, this energy of like relationships and stuff. It's look up the astrology for this month. Oof. It'll explain a lot, but it also tells you just to be careful with your relationships. Be careful what you focus on. Make sure that you make your needs met as well as everybody else's when you come together. Okay, Miranda, you're going to be working with encouragement in the protective. Okay, so giving yourself encouragement, working with that inner child energy is one of the things your guides are saying. Making sure not to scare yourself, give yourself nightmares by telling yourself that how it's going to go. Okay. All right. If you're finding me over here, this is where, if you subscribe and you hit the bell button, on my channel, it will tell you when I'm going live and where I'm going live, so you can find this more easily. Okay, going down the list here. Let's see. Denise, your card is goblins. Okay, so working with the energy of, just kind of like what's lurking, what's hiding, what's freaking you out, and maybe just really call it out for what it is, which they're just elementals. They just want to protect their territory. They're not really actually out to get you. Okay. All right, Tiff, you're working with encouragement, right side up. I'm really getting inner child with this card, you guys, right now, and working, just encouraging yourself and really listening to the encouraging words of others and trust their encouraging words. Don't just listen and go, yeah, yeah, yeah. Just say, oh, thank you. I needed to hear that. Okay. All right. Me pleases happening over here. Let's see. Robin, Chris, and Austin. Robin, you got ghost lands upside down. So this is going to be protective energies around going back and seeing what you've left behind, what is no longer requiring your energy. Maybe it requires so that you go close down shop and make sure it's not sucking your energy out. Okay. Chris, you got storm fields right side up. Okay, so this basically says the week could potentially have a lot of stormy energy for you, and think of the emotions that you might be having to kind of contend with. And the beginning cards were, be careful with those emotions this week. Don't necessarily act from them. Okay, type me please if you'd like a card. Okay, Austin, your card is Metamorphosis upside down. Second time we've seen this, guys. So you start wanting to perk your ears up when you start seeing these cards again and again. Basically, what this card is saying to me is it's time for you to wait for the change that's already been put into place. It needs time to gestate. Stop poking at it. Stop trying to make it happen, because it will happen, but it just needs a little time. Okay, Lisa, you have come together upside down. Okay, so second time we've seen this card like this. Again, I'm getting that this card is really talking about taking care of your relationships carefully. That's really what the month of March is going to be about anyway. Really kind of paying attention to making sure your needs are met. And that if you're really focused on like a child energy, so self, other, child, that sometimes when that child grows up and goes away, that relationship doesn't really have its objectives anymore. So you got to kind of decide what's the next objective. Okay. All right. I'm going to go back over to the long lost stream. Let's see. Kalina, you've got rescue right side up. Okay. So rescuing yourself, seeing where there is offering of rescue energy so that you can take the opportunity to get off the island, if you will, and go find what else you would like to be doing. So take the rescue energy that's being offered and say thank you. Yes, please. Kimberly P, cleaning house right side up. We've been seeing this card quite a bit, you guys. We've seen it upside down, right side up. We haven't got to the 3 yet, but actually cleaning up your physical spaces, making your spaces feel good to you, making sure that you get rid of the stuff that is just causing dust to collect, that kind of thing. Juan Carlos, your card for this week is, all right, now we got the third time's a charm. So Kimberly, you got cleaning house right side up. Juan Carlos got it upside down. Everybody listen, I'm going to pull the book out. This is the Colette Baron Reed deck. So she does the upside down typically means in the protective in her books. So let's just take a look at what some of her words say. It says, why do you hold on to things that remind you of the past? It's times. Let's see. It's your home cluttered with objects that bring unhappy memories. Do you have a tendency to attract broken people who need to be fixed? If you've been involved in this type of emotional project, stop it right now and clean house. Being needed isn't going to get you what you really need. That said, even if you're initially resisting letting go of the excess physical or emotional baggage, you'll feel amazing afterwards. Let go and let the universe bring something better. Make space. The universe doesn't like a vacuum, and they'll respond to your house cleaning by filling your home with what will best serve you. All right. So that's for all of us now, you guys, because that came 3 times the charm upside down. It's also been coming right side up. So, just kind of keep in mind, you might actually want to be throwing some things out this week. Okay. All right. Going back over to the other stream. If you're watching live, type me please, and I'll get to you. Hannah and Isabella and Carly. Okay, Hannah. Making a choice. Okay, it's time. This week would be a good week to start to making those big decisions. Let yourself acknowledge those decisions are ready to be made. And when you get those decisions made, go ahead, move forward. It's done. It's been decided. Okay. And hi, everybody who's finding me over here. A little glitch in the matrix. If you want to type me, please, if you're watching now. I'm going back over to the other stream too and pulling the me pleases off of there. Okay, Isabella. Peaks of joy. Okay, so this is good. Lots of fun energy for you this week. Just letting yourself really enjoy it, indulge in it. Say yes, yes, please to it, and yes, thank you, more please, that kind of thing. Okay, Carly, you got goblins upside down. Second time we've seen the goblins card. It just would be good for you to go back and look at what little chattery thoughts are getting at you, and how can you let those chattery thoughts bring you some awareness of what you let yourself indulge in as far as nighttime nightmare stories, and instead start telling yourself beautiful daydreamy stories. Okay. All right. Christy, Kira, and Finn. Christy, deep freeze upside down. We've been seeing this card upside down, right side up. So this might be for all of us. Time to put some things on pause. Give it a minute so that it can, kind of gestate is really the word I'm getting this week. Okay. Kira, you want to work on a wishing well. So really giving your desires, your wants, some juice this week. Make sure you know what you want and why you want it. Okay. All right. And then Finn, you're going to be working with moonlight upside down. We got moonlight up right side up a couple times already. So protectively speaking, go back and see, what are you missing? What are you too in the bright light about? And can you go ahead and let that bright light dim down so that you can see more clearly what's in that dark. Okay. All right. Let's see who else got trapped over in the other land. All right. Natalie S. You're working with the Golden Palace energy. Good for you. Okay. So give yourself a chance to just see how great your life really is, and how the more that you focus on your desires and what you want, the more you can have. Okay. Eli, you got intention upside down. Okay. So what that is basically saying is now is a good time to get clear about what your intentions are and why you're doing what you're doing, so that you can be a little more clear on how you're spending your energy. Okay. Joe. Okay. Third time's a charm on the movement. So we've all got this now. So everybody listen up. Movement is for all of us today. All right. So let's take a look what she says in here. Boop, boop. I should really bring glasses with me to this party, but I could barely get online correctly. So you are in a time of positive forward motion. This is a time for positive movement as you come out of a period of restriction. You're in a stage of new adventure and discovery. You may feel compelled to take a trip, change your hair, or move your home or business. Regardless, you can't remain where you are anymore. You'll feel compelled to go forward no matter what your inquiry. You will see your dreams take form and doors previously shut begin to open as if by magic. Movement is also a state of mind. The fog lifts and you know the actions you need to take. This isn't the time for fear. Let's get moving forward. Okay, that's for all of us. Everybody's going to get moving forward. All right, you're joining me. If you want a card for the week so you know what to focus on, me please. I'm going to pop over to the other. Okay, so we got Sam. Sam, you're going to be working on follow the leader upside down. So that's kind of warning you. Are you following the right leader? Can you follow the different kind of leader? Are you the leader? Are you using your leadership skills appropriately? That kind of thing. So yeah, definitely following the leader means checking with what you're doing there and be very mindful. Okay. All right. Cole is the last one I'm going to do on from the other stream. If you're still hanging out, you guys, I'm going to pull. You got to type me please in the comments. All right. Stuck in the mud, Cole. All right. It's okay, though. You see the bird can fly away, but it chooses not to. So sometimes we're just stuck in our own heads. Be really cautious about that this week. Take a look. We also have a couple of eclipses happening. Go look at what the astrologers are saying about this time period. You guys, it's a good heads up to kind of keep our minds clear. All right, I'm going to throw a card for my husband, and then we're going to go back and do March's reading. Okay, it's Bone Collector for you, dear. So you're going to be working on being teachable, finding those teachers, finding those mentors, listening to what you could learn and how you could learn it better. Okay? All right. Since I was lost in space, I'm going to go overtime here for a minute. We're going to do March. Okay, March comes in with something's done, okay? Make sure those doors are closed, those tabs are closed, that your energy is focused on what is going forward, not what you've been leaving. Okay, upside down support. This is basically the month is to see where there's gaps in how you're supporting yourself and how you're supporting others and whether or not it's in balance. Are you getting enough support yourself? Are you giving enough support and or maybe too much support to someone else and not yourself? That kind of thing, okay? And then wisdom sideways. Okay, so into the month's going to lead us to we're going to learn some things that are going to make us realize we don't know very much. Okay, so is that always the case? The more you learn, the more you know that you need to learn. That's basically what March is going to be like. And by the end of it, we're going to just kind of be ready to learn some more. Okay. Thanks for finding me out in the land. I will be back on Sundays at noon Mountain Time. It'll be amazing.